We have recently hit 7,000 subscribers. I'm so grateful for that landmark, but now we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated if you could take 1 second out of your day to drop a sub on the channel. Enjoy the rest of the video. Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy, No Limit Dots here, back with another video. Before we get into this video, I just want to remind you all out there, the all kings and queens, and I hope you all having a very blessed day. And in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys the top 3 best shooting guard builds in NBA 2K24 in season number 3 on next gen, right? So let's just quickly go over some of the roles and the tasks a shooting guard has, right? So primarily I play 5s myself, but if we're talking about in the park, these builds I'm going to be showing you is either 6'6 or 6'4, where you're going to be able to play the 1 and 2s, the 1 and 3s, or even the 2 and 3s if you really need to. And it'll all have, every single one of these builds will have defense. In 5s, your responsibility is to be the off-ball defender and the off-ball guard. You know, if you got to get those leaks, you got to be dipping, right? You got to be a good catch and shoot type of player, and you got to be able to create your own offense when the ball is given to you. And you got to guard the opposition's shooting guard as well on defense. So you want to have good defense, good offense. It's a very well-rounded build. And the way this year the builders made 6'6s are just completely overpowered. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Actually, before I do show you the 3 builds, comment down below what your shooting guard, what build, like a build you have that you would classify as a shooting guard. Comment down below what attributes you are using on it, and let me know like if there's some underrated attributes that you think people should pay more attention to. But let's go ahead and get into the builds. The first build I quickly wanted to show you was a shooting guard, but at 6'4", 178 pounds with a 6'9" wingspan. Now you might be asking me, why are you going 6'4" on a shooting guard? There's really literally only one reason, and one reason only, to go 6'4" and not 6'6", and that is for the Kyrie Irving dribble style. But trust me, the next 2 builds, which I would consider probably superior, they are both going to be 6'6". But I just wanted to show you a 6'4" variant real quick. So starting off with the finishing, you are going to only have a layup, but it's going to be 85 driving layup. Floaters this year are just absolutely broken. If you mix in a floater with a good mid-range game, you're going to be golden. But on this build, since it's 6'4", it doesn't have as many potential overall attribute points as a 6'6", so we actually aren't going to get midi on it either. But we are going to get a 92 3-ball on the build with the 77 mid-range shot, right? Your free throw, you could go ahead and put this up to, you could just keep it where it is for now. Keep it where it is for now, right? Moving into the playmaking aspect of things, our pass accuracy is going to be a 77 pass ac, which I'm basically going to have on every single build. Since you're not the predominantly point guard, and even if you are going to run this point guard, which is going to be in the park, the high pass ac really isn't too needed. But the ball handle, you want to always go 93, because that's what gets you Hall of Fame ankle breaker and gold killer combos. 2 very underrated badges, I would say, especially ankle breaker. You get a lot of ankle breakers this year. And then the speed of ball, the reason to go 6'4", you go ahead and throw it 90 speed with ball. And then on the defense, like I said, you're going to have defense on the build. You're going to have 85 steal with your perimeter defense being 65. Now, I could tell you this from experience. This build is very similar to a build that I ran in comp 5v5 pro-am leagues, where you have to pay to get in and stuff like that, and matchups and discords against top players, right? I basically ran something very similar to this as a point guard shooting guard hybrid. So in the offense, I had the ball in my hands 75-80% of the time as the predominant point guard, but then on defense I played up top. I literally, with these stats, 85 steal, 65 perimeter defense, I was able to make a 2K league shooting guard, like a literal 2K league shooting guard in the best 3 series shoot. I think it was 5 for 16 and then 5 for 17. And then one of the games he cooked. Obviously, you know, you can't hold a pro to friggin' that bad at shooting all 3 games. But yeah, so that defense, the defense is very good. You just got to know how to play defense, know how to not literally run into screens, you know. But it's also going to get gold speed booster with 86 speed, and then you're going to go ahead and throw on 91 acceleration. You have no strength, no vertical, but you're going to have 99 stamina, and then you see we're 98 overall. So you could honestly throw up, but you actually can't even throw your midi. Just throw the rest on your free throw. It's an 85 free throw, and then throw 1 extra on your post control. And this is going to be the first version of the shooting guard. This is just a 6'4" version. Go ahead and continue. Just want to show you guys the shades and the player building, because I know some people do like that. So we get Hal Greer, Kyrie Irving, and Tyler Hero, and we're going to be considered a floor spacing slasher. floor spacing slasher. Even though we have a 85 driving layup, we have no dunk. It's interesting. But next, we're going to move into the 6'6 version, which is going to be kind of similar to the build I just showed you, in all honesty. So we're going to be 6'6", 181 pounds, and then our 6'8" wingspan. Actually, this build is not similar at all, so we have to clear the template completely, right? So just keep in mind what the 6'4" looked like, and you're about to see a 6'6" build that like shits all over. Excuse my language, but it just dogs the 6'4". Like, it's not even close. That's why I wanted to show you the 6'4" first, just to get out the way, because this build I got to talk about. 85 driving layup, right? 85 driving layup. You're going to get no driving dunk, but you got 75 standing dunk. If you get called on a cut, you could standing dunk it all day. Get them to jump, standing dunk. The mid-range is going to be maxed out at a 97 midi, with your 3-ball being a 92. Like, you could cook up at the midi and the 3. You're going to go ahead and put your free throw up to an 80. Your pass sec, like I said before, every single build is going to be 77 pass sec. Then your ball handle, 93 for the same reasons as the 6'4". And then your speed of ball is going to be an 83 speed of ball, which is the minimum you need to get gold speed booster. In the defense, it's going to be identical to the 6'4". You're going to have 85 steal, 55 perimeter, not the 6. I believe the 6'4", it's 65 perimeter on the 6'4" though. I think it auto lifts it to 64. It's to 65 if I'm not mistaken. So then your acceleration puts up to an 87 excel. Your speed puts up to an 82 speed. And then the rest, you go ahead and throw it on your stamina to 98 stamina. So obviously, it's just better. Like, it has the same defense practically, has the exact same playmaking, has basically the same exact physicals, right? And it has better finishing, and it has better midi, 97 midi, guys. The midi fades, especially in park. If you play park, they're crazy. It's like you can't miss with a 97, especially. Go ahead and continue, and let's get into the shades, see what the build names are. I'm gonna show you guys the animations, honestly, too. I'm gonna show you guys the animations for the 6'6s. So we get Hershey Hawkins, DeJounte Murray, and Tyler Hero, and you're a shoot first 2 guard. Interesting, very interesting. Let's go ahead and edit this build and get into the third and final 6'6 build. This is probably going to be the most defensive version of the 6'6 build. Let's go ahead and clear this all again. We're going to go ahead and give you a little less, right? So 80 driving layup. You're going to get 75 driving dunk, but no standing dunk, right? So obviously, use these builds as templates, okay? Like, everybody has a certain play style. Not everybody's gonna make these builds to go into sweaty 5v5 comp pro-am, right? Some people might want a shooting guard to just walk into the rec by themselves. They might play theater by themselves. They might just play stage. Like, there's a lot of different game modes in 2K. So use these builds as templates. I'm showing you guys what's good and what's not. Your 3-ball in this build is gonna be a 92. Keep the 77 midi. Throw our free throw up to an 81 free throw. Like I'm saying, if you play park only, you could literally put your free throw to nothing. You know what I mean? It really won't save you too much because free throw doesn't cost a lot. But on this build, we're going to have our pass sec actually up to 75. I know I said every one of these builds would have 77 pass sec. This one has 75. Our ball handle is going to be 93. Our speed of ball is going to be an 83 speed with ball. And then our steal is going to be 91 steal, with our perimeter defense being an 80 perimeter defense. All right. So it's a very, very, very good defensive build. We're going to go with the speed. So this is another variant, right, that I probably should have explained earlier. You could put 86 speed and keep the acceleration at like 73 if you want. If you would like the reverse, because you could reverse the accel high and the speed low, or the speed high, acceleration low. Some people say high acceleration doesn't make a difference. I've just always been a believer that it does. You know, I've had my pro-am shooting guard make a build with 73 excel, and he says it moves exactly the same, right? But I've never really ran shooting guard. I'm always a point guard. So if you were to play point guard, I wouldn't recommend the 73 excel unless it's for park, right? But if it's a shooting guard, 73 excel, I guess should be fine. Your strength, you're going to put this up to a 55 to get yourself bronze clamps and bronze fearless finisher. Your vertical, keep it as is. And then your stamina puts up to a 96. And that is going to be the build with gold handles for days and silver workhorse. Go ahead and continue. And let's see the shades and the name of this build. We get a Hornet, a Laker, and a man from Miami. And we got Del Curry, Austin Reeves, and Tyler Hero. Honestly, I don't think any of these guys have that type of defense, and you're considered a 3-point shot hunter with 80 perimeter and 91 steals. Crazy. Let's go ahead and choose our team and show you guys the animations that I would put on this build. Like 6'6s, if you guys haven't seen on Twitter, like you could literally shoot over everything. Like 6'6. The main reason people use it is because it doesn't get contested. It's like if you are below 6'6 as a guard, you have to worry about contested. There's really not a great jump shot for like guards, or not great. I should say there isn't a consistent jump shot. But let's go ahead and get into these animations. So our playmaking, you're gonna want pro dribble style. I would either throw pro or Magic Johnson, one or the other. Your size up, you're gonna want De'Aaron Fox, right? Your escape move, you could either throw on Jimmy Butler or Kemba, or even Trae Young. I would recommend Kemba Walker out of those three. I think it's the best. Your crossover, you want James Harden. Your behind the back, you're going to want Jamal Murray. Then your hesitation, you want John Wall. Your step back, you want John Wall as well. And then moving into the jump shot that I would give you, the pull-up, drill pull-up, Pro 2, Rock Pro 2. Your jump shot though, call it whatever, obviously. And this is the secret base, the secret soup. Not even the secret, everybody knows. Tracy McGrady, right? Literally Tracy McGrady. And then you could just go ahead and throw on, if I could just find Tracy, here he is, Tracy McGrady. And then you could throw on like the two releases. Like you could throw like Sadiq Bey and like Oscar Robertson. Or you could just throw on double Oscar Robertson as well. Like either or, doesn't really matter, right? If you want to use a different base you could use if you would like. It's going to be this is a jumper that my shooting guard uses. He's very, I mean, he's shooting like 75% from the three, like in rec and park. It's kind of crazy. The dude literally doesn't miss after this patch. And I know after patch, shooting obviously has become a lot easier. But the jump shot's gonna be Scottie Pippen base, okay? Then your two releases are gonna be Chris Mullin, right? Chris Mullin, and where's Chris Mullin at? Chris Mullin is gonna be right here. And then your second release is going to be Luka Doncic. And then the blending, give me 1 second, just find Luka. So we got Luka right. Am I blind today or what's going on? Luka Doncic. Is Luka Doncic not here? Oh, he's at the top. Max speed, and then the release is going to be 67 Chris Mullin, 33% Luka Doncic. That's just if you want to use something a little different, right? But guys, that is going to be the video. If you did overall enjoy the build video, make sure to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. And it's been your boy, No Limit Dots. I'm out. Peace.